Okay, I believe we are now live. So, hello everyone, welcome and very good afternoon to you all. I am Sharjah Ibrahim, the Destination Manager for the rest of the world at EdukoPathways, and I would like to welcome you all for yet another webinar series organized by EdukoPathways. So, as we have said previously, so this webinar is part of our university admission webinar series where we share some insights about different universities. And today, to do the honor, we have Canterbury Christ Church University, a university known for its history and modernity. And we do have our esteemed guests who are present with us. But before we give you an introduction of our guests, let me tell you who we at EdukoPathways Bangladesh are. So EdukoPathways Bangladesh is a student placement organization who believes in students comes first, and we are always committed to helping students throughout their entire higher education journey by providing them with legitimate information. Not just helping students, we also believe that we should build and create a knowledgeable Eduko community who can make an informed decision while choosing their universities. And webinar as this should help you in making their choices. So our esteemed guests are today are from Canterbury Christ Church University. I would request them to introduce themselves at a later point. And our main point of discussion for today's webinar is we'll be discussing where the Canterbury Christ Church is, what opportunities we have at the universities, the admission processes, and what courses are available, and some areas, key areas related to the current situation related to COVID-19. So may I now request Mr. Muhammad Ali to come and give his introduction for our audiences.
Hi, greetings. So my name's Mohammed. I'm the Associate Director of Recruitment for UK Partnerships for Canterbury Christ Church University on behalf of Global University Systems. So I'd like to welcome you to this session today. It's an absolute pleasure speaking to everybody in Bangladesh. And we'll go into the university a little bit more detail in a few moments, but Canterbury University is a great location based in the southeast of the UK. It's a great destination, great locations for Bangladeshi because Canterbury is based in Kent, and Kent has a big Bangladeshi community there as well. But not just for that, there's a lot of history in the actual town itself with the cathedral, you know, being a heritage site and etc. And we've got plenty of courses ranging from engineering, business, health and life science, and art and design. So that's just a little bit about the university and its location. We'll go through it in a little bit more details in a few moments. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Then we have Mr. Nur E Alam Khan. Could you kindly introduce yourself?
Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Nur E Alam Khan, and I'm the Business Development Manager for Canterbury Christ Church University on behalf of us. And I'm looking after students whoever is interested to study in Canterbury Christ Church University. I'm based in Bangladesh, and I'm giving all sorts of support to them. So this is what I'm doing right now, and I'm really excited to talk with your students if they have any questions and queries.
Thank you so much. So the audience who are seeing us today, we want this session to be as interactive as possible. So we kindly request you to write your comments or questions in the comment section. So we will be addressing them at the end of the session. So to begin with, Mr. Ali, may I just, because you already have given us a brief introduction about the location of where the Canterbury Christ Church University is, can we now just go into a bit detail where the university is, how far is it from London, and what are some of the major attractions within the university and within its nearby areas?
Sure. So the university is based in Kent. The city is Canterbury. So in terms of the location, it's in the southeast of the UK, and it's via train. It's just under 1 hour travel, so around 50 minutes from central London into Canterbury itself in terms of the city. So not too far. So if students do decide to stay in Canterbury, they can travel into London. It's only a short train journey away. But in terms of the location, it's an absolutely beautiful location with over 50 beaches. So in terms of students living and socializing, there's a lot of opportunities there, and the area is absolutely beautiful. So in terms of the courses, we do offer over 150 courses at Canterbury Christ Church University. They range from foundation courses, undergraduate bachelor's degrees, to master's degrees as well. And for students who don't quite meet the English requirements, we do have a pre-sessional English course as well, as 6 weeks and 10 weeks leading into our September intake. So there's lots of courses, whether you want to study business management, marketing, biomedical science, mechanical engineering, or whether you want to do an arts course, or you want to do something in hospitality management. Another popular area for Canterbury Christ Church is courses in education. So we do MA education for teachers and etc., which is very popular. So Canterbury Christ Church, going back when it first started, it started off as a teaching college school. So even to this day, all of the lecturers at Canterbury Christ Church are fully qualified lecturers in teaching. So that's a really good plus point. Another good reason for Canterbury's employability, it's in the top 10% in the UK for employability. It's got great links to organisations, support throughout your career, especially now where there's the 2-year post-study work visas. So that's after your bachelor's or after your master's. You get an opportunity to stay in the UK for 2 years. And we've got support teams on campus that will help students in terms of CVs, company webinars, and etc. So there's a lot of support on campus for our students.
Okay. Okay, so that's quite a vast of information that you have provided us, starting from the popular courses, the employability rate, the industry link that you have with the with different organizations. This will definitely help students once they graduate to get a really job quite quickly, and they also are in the top 10 list for the employability within the UK. Right?
Yeah,
so,
I mean, Canterbury prides itself on employability and student progression. It's a very student focus led university. A lot of emphasis goes on students, the outcomes that they should achieve after studying at the university. And it's not just that. If you look at the investment that we're putting in, Canterbury Christ Church are putting into the university, we've just opened the new STEM building, which is the science and engineering building, and it's cost £65 million, and that opened in February. So there's a lot of investment going into the university, even though we're going through a pandemic and we're in a lockdown and etc. But the university are still investing heavily to ensure that the students have the right facilities and the right place to do their course and etc. really.
Okay. Yeah, we do understand, at this current period, we do need graduates from the STEM, who will be graduating from the STEM courses, because the world needs them more than ever, at the point. So if we now move into Mr. Nur Alam, because Mr. Ali have given us a very wide idea about the courses that are available and the programs that, of course, are available. So if you can go in details of these programs and what admission requirements what are the admission requirements for each individual courses, whether it's for undergraduate and postgraduate, if you could just let us know about that a bit.
Okay, thank you so much for asking. I would like to share a slide that will give a better understanding to the students, and they can see
Yeah.
at the same time. So I'm going to share a screen here. So just a second, I'm going to share my screen. So our university, it's a complete global and diverse campus we have. So uh, already Mr. Ali covered about the Canterbury Christ Church University, but I'm going to tell you something about the brief of the Canterbury. Canterbury Christ Church University is a public university located in Canterbury, and it's got it was a teachers training college in 1962, and then later it got university status in 2005. So we offer like range of undergrad and postgrad programs. I'm going to go slides very shortly. Now, why a student should choose Canterbury Christ Church University is, our university has a wide range of unique programs, which we already know. We are, diversity and inclusiveness, and we have high employability, which already we shared, and we have STEM faculties, so which is really absolutely attractive to the students. Now, in terms of our campuses, we have about 3 campuses, Canterbury, Midway, and Tunbridge Wells. But we are mostly going to recruit our students for, we're going to mostly recruit for our Canterbury campus. Yes. Yeah. So we already know where it is located. It's in Canterbury, Kent. So I'm not going to repeat that. There are some pictures about our Canterbury campus, which is really absolutely beautiful. You can see our cafeterias, library areas, student study zone. These are the things you can see. And we already covered some points about our campus, which we are going to. Our university has invested 150 million, which already covered by Mr. Mohammed. I just showed you the picture so that you can have some idea what you can see. And we have some other campuses. I'm not going to go much, but I would like to say, add here that we have stunning beaches, fascinating history, wonderful shopping, and exciting festivals. So, and the place is called Garden of England, the Canterbury. And there are some pictures which I could share here. But I will go on my courses, which actually every student has the interest. Is in our undergrad program we have art and design, business, engineering, computing, healthcare, public, humanities, law, policing, and criminal justice, media and marketing, medicine. We have music and performing arts, social science, science subject, sports science, tourism and management, and the teacher education programs. Those are really absolutely uh, fine for the students. They can study, they can have their career in that. Now, let's come to our entry requirements, which is really.
Sorry to interrupt you. Could you kindly make your screen full screen because our audiences are having difficulty to see a bit?
Okay, let me do that. I made the full screen. Yeah. Is it okay?
Thank you so much. Yeah, all good.
Thank you. So we have range of programs from foundation year to we have foundation year, we have bachelor program, we have master's program. So in foundation year, we have 2 kinds of program. One is international foundation year, and another one is combined cast foundation. So let's go with the foundation year. It's 1-year program, and its entry requirements is 45 to 50% marks in HSC, and the tuition fee requirements tuition fee is 11,975, and IELTS requirements is 5, no and below 4, but writing needs to be 4.5. But still, writing 4.5 is recommended. If someone has 4, still they can apply. Our admission can assist. Number 2 is foundation year with undergraduate program, which is called combined program. But here I would like to add one important information to our audience and to you as well. Our Canterbury Christ Church University is providing foundation year program directly by the university. We are not using any pathway providers. So our students for the first day, they will be the university students. So which is quite unique for the students. And they'll be more than happy from the first day. They can say they're the university students. They can enjoy all the university facilities from the first day. So which is really, which is really, really important for the students as well. Now, foundation year plus undergrad program, which means combined course, a student should have 50% marks in their HSC, and in their O-level, they can have 4 subjects to enter the foundation program, and the tuition fee may start from 9,910 to 13,000 pounds per year. They will get 4-year course, and their IELTS requirements will be 5.5, no one below 5.5. That means overall 5.5. For international foundation year, which is standalone, needs to be UKVI IELTS. The foundation year plus undergraduate program, that needs to be normal, either UKVI or normal IELTS, doesn't matter. For combined course, it needs to be B2 level IELTS, and the B2 level IELTS is 5.5. For the here, I can include here PTE. Students can do their foundation program with the PTE. So if they have all bands for 42 points in PTE, they can have combined cuts. So for combined cuts, they need to have in all band 42 in the PTE, they can get the combined cuts. For international foundation year, which is standalone foundation, they need to have 36, no band below 29. Overall 36, no band below 29. That's for PTE. And the undergrad direct entry program requirements for HSC students is 3.7 out of 5. Okay, so if they have 3.7 out of 5, they can have direct entry to the university. What they need to meet the language requirements. English language requirement is 6, no one below 5.5. For PTE, it's going to be 50, no one below 42. So that's the requirements for the direct entry to our bachelor program. The next part is that post-graduation graduation, and the entry requirement is 55% marks in mathematics or 2.5. 55% marks or 2.5 out of 4 is the requirement. And these are scholarship and the English language requirement.
Nur, I can't really hear you. It's echoing a lot.
Yeah, I don't know. What is the English? That's I'm not sure. Is it from my part?
Yes.
No, it's okay now.
Yeah, it's okay now. Yes.
Okay. So the entry requirements for post-graduation courses are our duration is 1 year, and the entry requirements is 55% marks in bachelor's or 2.5. So to some extent, some universities, their grade may not be 2.5. Like I can give an example, not so the university. Their graduate, one of the graduates got 2.20, but his percentage of marks is 70%. So the student can be eligible for Canterbury Christ Church University. So we need to look at 2 things, either 2.5 or 55% marks. If they meet one of the requirements, then they can enter to the post-graduation course directly. And the English language requirements is 6, no band below 5.5, and PTE is 50, no less than 42. That's our direct entry requirements, foundation year requirements for bachelor and masters. Now I'm going to cover the most important things. I believe that Canterbury is really supportive to the students. So that's why they give pre-sessional English. So which we have two pre-sessional English. One is 10 weeks and 6 weeks for both undergrad and masters. So entry requirements for pre-sessional English, 10 weeks pre-sessional English is 5, no and below 4.5 in all elements. And the tuition fee is 3,500, or you can say 3,500. And the 6 weeks duration is 5.5, no and below 5 in all elements. And the fees is 2,100. Now, interestingly, I'm just making it clear to the students. Some students who is maintaining the direct entry requirements. Some of the agents or counselors may suggest you for pre-masters or the foundation year. What Canterbury is doing, if you're maintaining the direct entry to the university, if you have some shortage of IELTS score, you can take pre-sessional English, then the foundation or the pre-masters. What will be the benefits? Benefits is pre-sessional foundation year, it might cost you 10,000 to 13,000 pounds, or pre-masters may cost you 7,000 to 9,000 pounds, to some extent 12,000 pounds. Whereas you don't need to spend that amount of money. You can do the pre-sessional English by paying for 10 weeks 3,500, and for 6 weeks is 2,100. And those both are same for undergrad and masters. Same requirements for pre-sessional. Okay, and I believe by doing pre-sessional, students will be benefited, but we always encourage students to sit for IELTS or PTE. Okay, and here I would like to add, if some students want to go to our university, they can give our internal test, which is password test, which will cost them about £50 for this test as a test fee. Now, there are some programs, actually, you can see in September Intake. So we are offering all these programs, LLM, MA in English Literature, we have creative writing, MA in Education, we have social work, we have MA in TESOL, we have MBA. So lots of programs we are providing for master's program, and undergrad, we have a wide range of program where students can apply. Now, what sort of life the student can have in our campus? You can see, we have a student union where student can go have the membership. They can take all the facilities of student union. We have the sports and fitness club, art and culture club. So where student can go and join, it's open for all. So that's really that will really help the students to socializing, meeting up new people, building their communication skill. These are the facilities they can have. Now, there are some pictures from our student union, so they can know more about it. They go to our website, and they can even contact with you, contact with me. I'm based in Bangladesh. I'm looking after them. If they have any queries, I can definitely solve their queries. Now, some fitness club where students can join. We have lots of facilities on that, so students can join there as well. Then art and culture center we have, where students can join. We are more than welcoming international students to be part of this club. Okay, so do you want me to cover the accommodation, or you want me to do it later?
Before we go into the accommodation, I have one question, actually two questions basically.
Yeah, please.
So you spoke about the foundation program. So for you students who do not meet the direct entry requirements, could you kindly tell us what's the average class size of this kind of programs? As because students who are going for this kind of program would like to have special attention so that they can excel in their studies. So what's the average class size?
Sure. The average class size is between 15 and 18. So it is a fairly small class size compared to the normal bachelor's degrees or master's degrees. So they will get more attention and more care throughout this course.
Okay, sure. So like given the current situation, so what's the mode of delivery of these classes at this point of time? As because we are going through a very unprecedented time at this point.
Sure. So for September starts, all classes will be face to face. So all our classes will happen face to face. I mean, even in our January intake, we were even for last September intake. Sorry, we were one of the few universities that did go face-to-face teaching, because Canterbury Christ Church have a strong belief that it really adds value to the students and etc. We went back down to online teaching in December last year, and I believe it's going to be reviewed again after Easter, but for September intake it will be face-to-face teaching. The pre-sessional English course, that will be online, because it starts in June and July, still with the uncertainty, but 100% guaranteed that we are looking at face-to-face classes for September.
Okay, sounds great. That's really great. So Mr. Nur, you wanted to move into the accommodation part. So if you could let us know, like, what's the average living cost in Canterbury?
Okay, thank you so much. So our accommodation, the unique part is for undergrad students, 100% accommodation is maintaining. So if any students who's going to do undergrad, they can have the accommodation. So our university will try to facilitate that, that service to the students. And our university accommodation is fully secure, 24-hour security access. And in our tuition, in our weekly, the accommodation fee will cover his or her utility bill, including the rent. We are offering high-speed internet free of cost, and the free content insurance as well. So they'll have some insurance support. Okay, and our accommodation is within the walking distance to the campus, so students can take these facilities, stay in our campus, and they can enjoy and they can utilize all the facilities provided by the university and the accommodation services. Our postgraduate students can go for the accommodation as well, so they need to book. But in terms of fees, the accommodation fees, what we're saying is it starts from £118 minimum. So, and depending on the criteria, it'll be higher. So I can, if the students are interested for our accommodation price, definitely I can share with them. If they need it, they can contact with you or they can contact with us, so we can help them out with that. But accommodation starts from £118.
So roughly, it's around about 6. So if a student wants to live on campus and have that real experience, which is really good, especially for undergraduate and first-year students, because they can build that relationship with other people, be on campus, and etc. So it starts off around about £600 a month, and then it goes up to around about £800 a month. But the advantage of that is they're in shared accommodation, cooking spaces. You're looking at between 6 to 8 people. Everybody has their own rooms, but they're building those relationships. But we don't just offer student accommodations. We have a team on campus who look after private accommodation as well. So, for example, let's say you have a group of 3 students from Eduko who want to go and live together. They can probably rent a private accommodation for around between £300 and £400 per month each, and that normally includes bills and internets and etc. So we do have both options, and the university do have a team who vet private landlords if students are looking for private accommodation. So all of that is offered on campus. So yes, there's two sort of way: on campus living or private accommodation living. But the private accommodation living it's cheaper. But most of the private accommodations are 10 to 15 minutes walk to the university, and I think in terms of accommodation and location, I think that's another key selling point, where in London you're spending £100, £150 or £200 a month in travel costs, while you're living in Canterbury, everything's within walking distance. So there's no additional transport cost to get into the university.
That actually reduces the overall cost to the students to a lot. And given the fact that Canterbury has some relation with the private landlords, so students faces struggles in looking for their own houses when they go to a new country. So I think this is a great thing for the students.
Yeah, we've got the team who vetted everybody that comes through the university in terms of private landlords. So parents know that their children are safe, and the university has vetted and everything, and safety is a key aspect, I guess.
Okay, so before we move on to our question and session, where we do have a couple of questions piled up in the line, I just had some questions related to COVID, as because at this point of time, those students, for example, who are flying, and do they have any process that they need to follow through before they fly and after they fly? And what are the processes involved, and how the university can help them in this scenario?
Sure. I mean, in terms of COVID, so Bangladesh isn't on the red list. It's not on the red corridor. So they don't need to quarantine under current regulations. But what they do need to do is have 2 testing kits. One to test them when they get into the UK. Another one, I think it's a week later. So that's the sort of requirements. But, you know, any students traveling into the UK, I would really advise them that they do have their accommodation sorted, purely because they don't want to turn up to the airport and then be struggling to find accommodation. So it's really important to have a fixed address, and Nur can support with that, or our team in the university in terms of accommodation and etc. But yeah, it's perfectly fine with the current situation for Bangladesh citizens to travel into the UK.
Great. Do you have anything to share, Mr. Noor? Or shall we can move into the questions session now?
You know, it's last bit, like students will be supported. We have development officers, so they will support. We have the support team for our students who can, who can get all sort of support, whatever they need to share, and university will do their best to support them. That's what I want to say. So what I want to say then, student will be supported, no issues with that. And thank you. That's all the presentation part. We can move into the question and answer session now.
Sure. So we do have a couple of questions here. So a student has asked, for example, somebody who goes on for studies with a standalone foundation course. So when they complete their foundation course, do they need to come back to Bangladesh to renew their visa to start the main program?
It's the simple no, they don't need to return, because with the new student route, students that are progressing can apply and renew their visas in the UK. So no, they don't need to return home.
And on top, Mohammed, I would like to add that students should not have any, they don't need to show any bank statement if they apply from UK. So that's an additional benefit, like, they don't need to even think about the bank statement as well.
Great. So how many intakes do you usually have for bachelor's and master's program?
Okay, we have 2 intakes. We have all kinds of programs in September. But in January, we are normally running some of our master's program and our foundation year program. So if we had some more programs and things, definitely we'll update our students and our agent. But right now we are having this option.
So we have another question related to CAS. So in order to get a CAS, what's the minimum amount tuition deposit that's required?
So the deposit amount is £5,000 for your course fee. You do, I mean, with the university, you do need to pay 50% of your fees by the time you enroll. So that pretty much nearly covers 50%, but it's £5,000 deposit.
Is there any early bird discount or scholarship if the student pays the tuition amount in full or anything of that sort?
Yeah, all of our course fees have been reduced already to reflect the prices. So if you, for example, if we look at the MBA, for example, if you look at MBAs in the UK, most MBAs start off at 15, 16, 17, 18,000 pounds, while ours is already at 13,000 pounds. So in terms of value for money, we have already course prices at really good courses. The only other further discount that you do get is if you do pay your full fees by enrollments, you get additional 5% full fee payment discount. So that is available additionally.
And after this 5% discount, the tuition fee comes into 12,350, which is really attractive and really competitive in the market.
Sure, I think that's all the questions that we had. We had such a very informative session today. Before we sign off for today, do you have any last remarks, Mr. Ali and Mr. Nur?
I'd just like to thank yourself for hosting us and having us on this platform, and to all of our viewers out there as well. Nur is based in Bangladesh. He'll be more than happy to support you. From the 1st of April, we will have a business development executive based in Sylhet as well. So we will have 2 representatives in Bangladesh supporting yourself. So if you do like to meet us or find out more about the university itself, please get in touch with Eduko in Dhaka, who'll be more than happy to help and pass on our contact details so we can sort of give you more information. And finally, I look forward to seeing as many of you as possible in the UK in the coming months and for the September intakes. So thank you very much.
So we have come to the very end of our session. Thank to all our viewers who have joined us today via our Facebook Live. So Canterbury Christ Church University is currently we are currently taking application for our September intake. So we would highly recommend and encourage all the students who are interested to apply to this university, come and contact us. Our contact details will be provided in the comment section very soon, and we will be reaching out with your queries further via this comment section as well. So reach us at any moment. We at Eduko are always happy to help and here to help. Thank you, everyone. Take care.
Thank you very much.
So much. Thank you.